Hello and welcome. I am Stephen Balog, Red Seal Mechanic, and for my PIDB 3240 Enhanced Media Assignment number 3, I have chosen to do this presentation on a part of your vehicle that I think is tremendously important. This wealth of information, this tool feature of your vehicle that is sadly and sometimes tragically forgotten, overlooked, or people just are not made aware of it. Please join me on a quick trip through an owner's guide and a look at some of the maintenance checks to keep you safely on the road. Like most textbooks, inside the front cover is an introduction and a few words about safety, safe use and operation, and some important signal words: danger, warning, and caution, that you will be killed, seriously hurt, can be killed, seriously hurt, or can be hurt, respectively. And then we have the table of contents. There's car to glance, driver and passenger safety, instrument controls, before driving, and here's the maintenance. This is a great infographic. Then the more I get to know this manufacturer and this product, the more and more I like it. All the fluids I need to be checking regularly, periodically, are shown. The caps are color coded and the locations are clearly marked. Two of the most important things we were always checking before we started the engine was the oil and the water. Here we are in orange, the oil dipstick, and in black, the oil filler cap, and marked right on the cap the grade and type of oil that we need to use. I found in light duty automotive, most manufacturers, it's 1 liter. If your add mark to your full mark is 1 liter. In heavy duty, the big diesels, it's 4 liters or a gallon. And I pull my stick. Here's the upper mark, the lower mark in the book. Here it is on the stick. And lo and behold, I'm down 1 liter. This jug is marked. It's quarts on one side, liters on the other. So I pop off my black cap, my makeshift funnel. I dump some oil in and check in my, roughly I put in about 1 liter. In goes the oil. Dip my stick again, and I'm at my full mark. And I always like to double check that if I put my filler cap back on. Engine coolant check. It's a reserve tank or the degas bottle, the max and min here in the pictogram. Here it's a little bit hard to get at, but you can see it's embossed on the bottle. Do not open the rad cap. Here's the filler for the degas bottle. Do not open the rad cap unless it's sat over in Unite and you know 100% it's cold. You don't need to. If your cold full mark is you're below it, you can add some right into the gas bottle. It's not under pressure and you're safe. I love this brake fluid gray cap. Again, the max bin lines are clearly marked. It's the bottle, you can see through. It's like a sight glass, and I can see my fluid level. Here they've got it here, brake fluid with a gray cap, and they're pointing at it. Power steering fluid, red cap. There, we've got it right here. I can't use red cap. And my marks on my bottle. More information right on the filler cap. Clutch fluid, gray cap again, light gray. I won't deduct any marks from the manufacturer because it is marked on the cap. You pretty hard to confuse the two, and here you can see it's the max and the min. This gives you a better perspective in relation to the vehicle. Here we've got the battery, the clutch fluid, the brake fluid, the air filter. You could do it yourself. A Phillips screwdriver is the tool required, and a fair bit of patience and dexterity. If you're comfortable changing your own oil, you won't find this filter too difficult. If you're taking it into a reputable store, they should be checking this for you, or are checking it for you. Tire information. Moving on to tires, every manufacturer for at least the last 30 years has been required to place a decal on the door jamb. If it's not here, it'll be on the passenger side, but most now, it's down in here. This is the decal up close. Recommended tire size. in my front, my cold inflation pressure in kilopascals or PSI, and then see the owner's manual for different information. You may recall the Ford Explorer, the Firestone tire recall. You may not, but so much is riding on your tires. Everything is riding on your tires, and tread depth and tire inflation is everything. Tools required, maybe $25 max. I got these in a Canadian Tire. Pressure in pounds, PSI, or kilopascals. This side is pounds. If you just flip it around the other side, it's in kilopascals. And tread depth here you can see in millimeters and in 30 of an inch. Tires have built-in wear indicators or wear bars. 2/32 or 2 millimeters is minimum. Not quite bald. Millimeters or 2/32 of tread when there is a quarter inch of water on the road and any amount of speed, and you are hydroplaning. So here I am measuring the tread. I just put the little guy in there and press him down into place, and I've got my reading here. And here I'm measuring my back tire, and I've got 7 millimeters in the back, more tread in the back, and I need to rotate my tires. Front wheel drive, the front wear faster than the rear. So to maximize the life of the set and keep things safe, I'm going to rotate my tires. And what's this funny looking lug nut? What's going on here? Luckily the wheel lock key is in the trunk with the original wheel nuts. Do rims still get stolen? All depends. Can a tire need to be changed and the wheel lock key is nowhere to be found? Happens a lot more than you would think. Something to bear in mind. Checking my pressures, I just take the cap off, a little bit of firm pressure, put the end of that gauge in there against the valve, and this will pop out and show me I'm at 30, 32, 34 pounds. So I've checked my tire pressure. I had forgotten all about cabin air filters, or pollen filters, or they are also known, and this is where I really started to have an appreciation for this manufacturer and their product. As a mechanic, the car has German roots, and they improved on it, but I digress. The book, this is where it is, behind the glove box. It shows you in the books the glove box, or how to replace it, and they're showing you the little tabs removing the cover. Here I open my glove box and my little clips, and I move them out of the way. Back to my picture. Here's my clip on the cover. Here's my clip on the cover. Pop it open, and out comes the filters. Looks like I'm due for some new ones. And I love this car. Even marked right on the tensioner. Even the front end accessory drive belt, or the serpentine belt as it's known today. It's a long way from the old V belts of yesteryear. But here, clearly marked on the tensioner. It shows you right in the book the indicator, the arrow. My 2 marks I've got to be in between. And I'm good to go. There is so much more in these owner's manuals. I invite you, if you have a few moments, to peruse through yours. It should be in the glove box. Your vehicle quite very well have features you are not aware of or have forgotten. I learned quite a bit creating this presentation. Thank you for joining me on this quick trip through the owner's manual and a look at some maintenance checks to keep you safe and efficiently along the road.